Hello everyone, today in this video we will fight against the advanced character of our world around us, and this time we will try to find a way to deal with almost everyday thing we have all around the world. I mean all around Republican and parliamentarian world. Crazy stuff, complete deception and complete madhouse deprived of any rules, principles and honor. I mean elections. So how to deal with this political pig farm? I do not want to offend any pigs, because politics and politicians especially behave much worse than decent pigs, and at least out of pigs there is something useful. I mean meat many people can eat. Out of political pig farm there is nothing useful. So as you know my views, I'm not a fan of Republican systems. Parliamentarism I condemn all the time. So what can I recommend you to do not to stay frustrated and not to drive crazy in this world? So there was an Austrian thinker, the child of multi-ethnic Habsburg monarchy. He didn't inherit flaws of the state, but he inherited open mind and really great talent as a polyglot. He knew more than 10 languages, and he was a very good prolific writer. And his writings about history, about societies, about traveling, about politics, he's really anti-leftist and anti-democratic books written in a nice way, not offending anybody, sets of arguments and many interesting analyses can be found on the pages of his works, and they are worth reading. One of the books I would like to recommend you is the book that was published in 1990, entitled, in English translation, Leftism Revisited. It's actually history about ideology of the left movements for the last 200 years. And even reading it, one can easily, despite the fact it was revisited and republished in 1990, reading it one can easily recognize that this what we are dealing with, all of this critical theories, wokeness and blah blah, and so on. It could be easily predicted from the text of Mr. Erich von Kuehnelt-Leddihn, because he clearly draws the path along which all of this madhouse called left develops. And also there is another book, Criticism of Democracy. German title is Demokratie eine Analyse, so democracy, the analysis. And actually all of the theses of this small little book about democracy, the analysis, can be found within different books of Erich von Kuehnelt-Leddihn that were translated into English. Actually I haven't found if this book about democracy itself was translated into English, but one can easily find the statements within other works of this great Austrian political thinker who died in 1999, and I can only recommend it and tell you that the best way to be immune for the madhouse from the political pig farm we have in all so-called democratic countries is reading the works of such people like Mr. Erich von Kuehnelt-Leddihn and thinking independently, defending our own convictions and working on our culture and values to be preserved, transferring them to new generations, and discussing with our neighbors to help them getting out of this intellectual and mental matrix all of this political system we have around puts us in. And this is the way how we can survive this short but intensive period on the axis of time. I mean period that it's called democracy. Because democracy itself, it's not very long on the historical period. It lasts for centuries or maybe 1.5, and later it falls and degenerates. But one needs to survive it, and people like Erich von Knut-Levin with their works help others to survive this difficult period of the political pig farm. And I do not want to offend any pigs. I do not intend. Sorry for all of the pigs because they are useful. All the best. Have a nice day. Bye.